the F-117 was certified. This is like the conspiracy theory, right? Why? So, as we know, the KC-46 has been, all kinds of problems. But the Air Force has now decided we're going to certify the F-117 Nighthawk, Skid's old airplane, which has come back from the dead more recently. And it's on track to certify the F-117 by the end of March 24. When was this article? 325. So, I mean, it obviously has already happened. So Andrew Hunter said that as a receiver for air refueling during testimony to the House Armed Services Committee March 12th, but it's been retired since 2008 with less than 45. The Air Force intend to maintain these assets, extending to 2034 to maintain their stealth characteristics. In addition, they're going to get Mombat's E-2D B-21 set to retire the A-10, but they're still going to certify it. It's got the KC remote vision system, so the boomer's not actually looking at what they're doing. They've got the remote. It was developed by Rockwell Collins, was found to be unreliable in certain lighting conditions and exhibited motion discrepancies with real life. And that's the extent. I mean, it's really not all that advanced. I would say as far as the why, well, there's a couple of reasons. One, it may just be a proof of concept. You know, you're certifying various things, you know, in case you need it. They're still using this aircraft for red air. It may have certain characteristics for air refueling that they find desirable for future platforms, that they're like, hey, we need to, you know, make sure it works for this. It could just be the fact that the F-117 is still around. You know, they're using it in various capacities. Some that we know, some that we don't know. A lot of test, a lot of, I mean, it's a cool airplane. It's, you know, one of the originals. So,
yeah, when I read through that article, and what surprised me is it said the A-10 failed the refueling test, right, with the KC-46 because it didn't have the it didn't have the thrust required to.
Oh yeah, because it's the speed.
But then it said the KC-135 could do it. So I don't know, mover, like,
yeah, it does. It says that the A-10 failed the certification test. Aircraft, along with several others, was unable to generate enough thrust to connect the boom's nozzle to the aircraft receptacle. According to Hunter, U.S. still has enough KC-135s. That's what it is. So,
sorry, go ahead.
Well, it's still, you know, I mean, it's a matter of speed and.
Well, I never tanked Air Force style, but like in the F-16, don't you hold a position and the boom operator flies the boom? Is there any point to where like you're supposed to like nudge it a little bit?
No, because you have it's over. I mean, the A-10 might be different, but
okay,
Viper, you'd have no idea. I mean, you just basically fly to the position, but that's a function because the A-10 often has to toboggan. So they have to do the descent and climb and do the descent and climb because it doesn't have the speed.
Okay.
Like our speed in the F-16 was 310 knots.
Yeah.
You can't, like if the tanker's got a certain speed, it's got to refuel at. It can't go that slow. The only way to do it is to do that toboggan. So especially when it's heavy. So the certification failure may just be a matter of altitudes versus speeds versus, you know, because it's not like if you're 10,000 feet, you got enough thrust to do that. But obviously 10,000 feet tanking is not ideal.
Yeah, I thought that was kind of crazy. And then I didn't realize, man, I guess they retired the F-117 in 2008. Has it been that long?
Yeah. Well, I didn't realize apparently all the KC-10s are going away.
Oh yeah. September.
They're just talking about the KC-135. Like, holy crap.
Yeah. That's pretty wild that the old girl is still here, you know?
Yeah. It outlasted. Yeah. But no, I don't. A lot of people will be like, well, you know, what is the deal? And it's just a test thing, right? So you're just trying to certify an aircraft that may be useful for other stuff. And in their program requirements, they've decided that the F-117 needs to be one of the things that it can refuel. Now, could that be a test bed for the next generation fighter? Maybe. Could it be the test bed? Like, we don't know. I mean,
yeah.